Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or TigerTag12, however you want to call me, I don't really care, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Surprise, surprise, this time around we're not on the test server. Yeah, test server is pretty much done for me. I cannot test the tier 8, the tier 9, or the tier 7 new Polish medium tanks, unfortunately, because there's absolutely no one playing lower tiers in the test server at the moment. And yeah, they're going to be released. I'm probably going to be grinding that line pretty damn soon, and I can make a review of those tanks afterwards, right? So we can still enjoy the new Polish medium tanks, and I can still give you guys a little bit of a review on those different tanks. I did make a preview on the CS63 that should be released should have been released a couple of days ago when this video is coming out. Should already be like 3 or 4 days since that one is out. And yeah, it actually turns out that it's supposed to be a Leopard 1 with armor, but at the same time, I did receive a lot of freaking damage through my turret, actually right next to the gun breech, sometimes even through the gun breech. So something is not entirely correct with the 260mm at the front, but we probably have to check it out in armor viewer or something like that. But we can do that at a later stage when the vehicle is actually out on the live server. But it's an interesting new mechanic. It doesn't seem to be overpowered. It seems to be quite balanced. I think Wargaming have done a decent job, at least at tier 10. I cannot say the same about tier 9 or tier 8. I haven't really tested them yet out, but I'm certain that it's going to be good enough. So what are you looking at right here? It's the Object 730, or better known as the IS-5. This used to be a reward tank that you could only get through Clan Wars. Turns out they are now giving it away. It's not... Okay, good. Okay, you have to purchase it with bonds at 10,000, and I picked it up. I'm going to be making a video about this tank just in the future as well. Yeah, I remember back in the days when I was playing Clan Wars, like, holy shit, IS-5, it has APCR as standard ammo, like, it's probably going to be better than the IS-6. Well, just check out the review afterwards. You'll see what I think of this vehicle for real. Quite a different approach, to be fair, in the end. But that's not the topic of today's video. I know it's a long intro, but today I actually wanted to talk to you guys about the tech tree and my current place in World of Tanks, my current grind goals and all that stuff, and the vehicles that I unlocked. And I wanted to talk about the general grind process and the development of it in the last 1 or 2 years, in my personal kind of opinion and just my experience. Because I've recently started playing War Thunder again with a good friend of mine, and he used to have several hundreds, I think 1,000 hours in War Thunder, and it's pretty damn impressive how hard a grind can be. And I've noticed that without premium vehicles, you get into a position very quickly where you are just like not moving very far forwards. You're getting constantly frustrated because your income just decreases gradually or very quickly, and your expenses go up, especially if you have like vehicles where you cannot perform very well. And War Thunder does not have like the same system as in World of Tanks with the with the stock kind of tanks. Unfortunately, I'm only looking at premium tanks because I've been playing a little bit of a premium streak previously. But like in World of Tanks, you have different modules that you have to unlock, and then you have a fully upgraded tank, and then you still have to equip like different equipments on the vehicle, and then at the same time you have to train a crew. In War Thunder, it's a little bit different. Your tank is coming in its kind of state as it were, or as it was, but still you have to unlock certain modules that give you like an advantage, better engine power, for example, or smoke screens or smoke grenades to cover yourself from enemies. And those grinds are extremely, extremely long and strenuous, and it's just really, really boring from time to time, because you know without premium you're just not going to be able to move as fast as you would like to, especially if you're only aiming for a certain specific vehicle in a tech tree. But I guess that's something that is also in World of Tanks. So I'd say without further ado, let's check my tech trees real fast, see where I'm at currently, and then let's talk a little bit about the grinding process and how I kind of experience it at the moment, and you know, have a little bit of an outlook. So first and foremost, the first nation that I've completely finished in World of Tanks was the United States of America. You can see that I have every single vehicle in here. I even have all the vehicles that they took out. Unfortunately, I do not remember from my mind straight away how the tech tree looked previously, but what can I say? The United States tech tree, that these tanks were the first ones that I played, and I completely grinded them through. I still remember there was another M2 vehicle, a medium tank at tier 2, I think, with a 75mm gun, that I played that vehicle like to death, and I really played a lot of the tier 1 Cunningham because I did not have a lot of credits. And I started playing tier 1s because, you know, you can get credits out of tier 1 without, you know, losing too much. But you can see I've unlocked every single vehicle. I've 3-marked a couple of them: the T110E5, the T32, the Sheridan, the T34 Premium. I haven't really... I once tried 3-marking the M48 Patent and the T49, but then I decided against it. But probably still going to be doing that eventually, one day or another. So America, you can see this was the very first tech tree I finished maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I haven't really played a lot of American tanks since, to be fair. Only some premiums from time to time, maybe a little bit tier 10s, but only the Sheridan, nothing else really. Moving on to Germany, you can see that the German tech tree we're almost done with that as well. The only vehicles we're missing are artillery pieces. And this is going to be a common theme, because the only real artillery tanks that I played were the T92 line, the American artillery pieces, and the Soviet artillery pieces. I never really gotten around to play the German artillery, and you can see that if we take a closer look right here, yeah, I enjoyed every single vehicle out of this entire tech tree. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed every single tank, except for artillery. I could not bear to play artillery. I even bloody liked the Tiger P. Okay, actually Tiger P is a good tank, right? I like the Stura Emil, still like it. I think it's a very unique tank, but yeah, you know, probably eventually I need to go down this line and do the German artillery piece, or else I can just do this, as you can see right here. Click on this, but I don't have enough German national fragments to unlock the GWE 100. Moving on to the Soviet tech tree, you can see that the Soviet tech tree is actually almost done, except for one more tier 10 that I'm missing, and it's the ST2, the double barrel new tank. And I haven't played the IS-3 2 as well, so I still have to get into that. Soviet tanks, I really did enjoy playing as well. And you can see that a lot of these vehicles I was quite good at. I 3-marked a couple of them. And yeah, I'm probably looking back, I'm going to be playing some of the vehicles again that I've potentially sold. Some vehicles I'm never going to be selling on this tech tree are definitely the IS-3, the T-54, the 54 lightweight, the T-44, and I think the KV-2. The KV-2, I just got it back in my garage. you know, I was kind of sad and down because I never played the KV2. Obviously, I was gonna be sad if I don't play the KV2, and I decided, you know, I need to be happy again. And I rebought the KV2, I think a year ago, and since then it's only been nice and smooth sailing, because you constantly have a KV2 that just one-shots everyone, that makes everyone happy, right? Moving on to the British tech tree, and you can see this is actually where we still have a lot of stuff to unlock. Currently grinding the Charioteer line. I want to get the FV, the next Death Star. I already have one, but you know, you can never have enough. I always want 2 Death Stars, just in case one of them is in the garage, one of them is in the battlefield. I could just jump out, get in the next one, and then, you know, slash or smash some rounds around me, while still being able to, you know, one-shot people without having to take a break and wait for the vehicle to come out. Moving on, you can see that we have some light tanks that we still have to get. The Manticore, the LHMTV is a terrible tank. I have it in stock, or partially stock, and I absolutely hate it. The Setter, on the other hand, as a tier 7 was okay. Wasn't too bad, to be fair, but the LHMTV at tier 8 is just terrible in stock, at least. Yeah, the artillery, the gun carrier Conqueror here, Conqueror gun carriage. That is something that I probably would want to get, because it has a caliber or similar caliber to the T92, and it's just able to do things that no other artillery can because of its high, super weird gun arc. I hate the Conqueror GC. I hate getting shot by this fucking thing because you're never safe, and you know that, you know, it hurts. It hurts so much. Moving on to the French line, same as the other ones. We are pretty much done. We are only missing the AMX M454. Haven't bought it yet. The tier 9 version was an absolute joy to play. Amazing tank. Like, I would recommend playing this one. It's so crazy. It's so different from all the other French tanks. It has so much armor. It just bounces everything and it punishes people, and yeah, good time all around. I think the tier 10 is a bit underwhelming, probably. I heard that since the tier 9 was so good, the tier 10 is kind of, yeah, meh. Same kind of vehicle, different gun, and you're just playing against tier 10s now. While this vehicle just absolutely bullied everything at tier 9. I'm not sure if this is going to be able to do it at tier 10 as well. Now, once again, artillery, only tier 6. The Batchat 155-58 is something that I always wanted to get back in the days because it was so powerful. Having 4 shells in a magazine and doing like, I don't know, 800-900 damage per shot. That was bloody crazy back then. Turns out they nerfed it, thank God, and now it only has 3 shells per magazine, I think. But still, it's very annoying if you get like into the target of the Batchat artillery. You guys see that I'm not very fond of artillery here, right? Moving on, the Czechoslovakia tech tree, and basically, yeah, finished it. TVP. This entire line is so much fun. I enjoyed the T34-100. I enjoyed the TVP VTU. I enjoyed the tier 9. I enjoyed the tier 10. Good fun all around. Very good vehicles. Definitely would recommend if you like playing medium tanks that are fast, that have punchy guns, and that you know, have kind of their special auto loader stuff. Japan, on the other hand, I do not have any tier 9s. Tier 8 is the furthest I got. I stopped playing the OHO because I could no longer do this to myself, playing a super slow, heavily armored Japanese heavy tank that was getting penned by all sides because it's so annoying, and it's kind of bad. No gun depression. The turrets at the front just constantly get in your way. I heard the Type 4 and the Type 5 are better than the OHO, but, you know, they've been nerfed. The only reason why I wanted to get them was because of the high explosive and, you know, dish out a little bit of the damage that people have done to me. The mental, All the... It's not the physical, it's the mental damage they did to me by shooting me with high explosive in my face with the Type 5 while I could not penetrate them. What a freaking crazy turn of events. So, yeah, nerfed. They should have been nerfed. They should have never been introduced, to be fair. Japanese medium tank tree is quite solid. I'm going to be excited for the STB1, and I still have a little bit of way to go. You can see that the STA1 right here is fully stock. I just bought it recently. Moving on to China, you can see that I have some of the tier 10s. I am about to unlock the WZ132, which is the tier 10 light tank. Very, very much looking forward to that. Then the medium tank tech tree, which I on purpose did not buy the T34-2 because I thought I would be able to unlock the WZ120 with my WZ132, because back in the days you were able to do that. Wargaming just changed the system around. Now I have to buy that bloody shit tank, and yeah, they bound my hands. But you can see the Chinese tech tree is still something that I have to work on. If I want to get the medium tanks, although I'm not too hot about the 121. If you have the Object 430U, well, basically you're set. And then the huge ISUs that they're selling right here, not too excited, to be fair. I just free XP'd my way through the WZ131 up until the tier 6. Didn't really give a damn about it, but I have a crew on that right now, and I'm going to be playing the tier 6 very soon, and then I'm going to be moving on to the WZ113 GFT. So yeah, still a little bit of a way to go. Poland, unlocked everything. Really enjoyed the 53 TP, enjoyed the 45 TP. Very punchy gun at tier 7 with a 105mm. And, being able to, still bounce a lot of shells because this vehicle actually has armor. Quite impressive. Liked it very much. Looking forward to the medium tanks. 60 TP, on the other hand, has gotten depression for, a tank that has turret armor. Basically made a lot of other tanks useless. E100. Yeah, But, yeah, 60 TP is a good tank. It's decent. Needs some weak spots on the armor, on the turret though. Then we move on to the Swedish, and you can see the Swedish tanks. I'm only missing like the tier 10s and very close. I actually unlocked 2 of them, very, very far away from the STRV 103B. I just cannot sit back in the corner, without moving. That's why I don't really enjoy the 103. Probably not going to be enjoying the 103B as well, I think, because I don't like to be stationary that much. That's why I prefer faster tanks. Now, the Americans, the Italians, I obviously unlocked the Prochetto 65, but you can see I have a lot of tier 10s that I did not buy. If we just go through my line right here, I have 1, I have 3, I have 4, 5, yeah, 5 tanks. Oh, I bought the JPZ 100. Yeah, 5 tier 10s that I did not buy, and yeah, if you if you look at it, that's pretty crazy. That's a grand total of something along the lines of 30 million credits, like 30 million 500,000 credits that I need to actually unlock all of these vehicles and get them in my garage. And you can see I'm not very close to that, 2.562. I'm probably just going to get them on a sale. So if we look at this, the only real tech tree that I still have to climb is the British one, the Japanese one, the Chinese one, and the new and upcoming Polish tanks that are coming out. Other than that, I'm almost done with the game, and I can actually feel being almost done with the vehicles in here. And now I have to kind of set new goals and have my sights on new things. And it's quite exciting. To be fair, I don't have enough space in my garage to get all these vehicles in. I have 268 vehicles in my garage. If you want to know how many of them are premium, I'm gonna show you right here. It's about 160, so I only have about 91 non-premium tanks. But, you know, that's just how it goes. That's how this game kind of developed. And it shows you that if you have the premium, if you have the cash, you can actually finish this game. It was a very long road and not finished yet, right? Artillery, I have to get artillery as well, but this is going to be the most painful thing for me. Oh, this is actually the store. So, what do we see right here? Like, if we talk about the grinding aspect, I've noticed that if you are paying, it's a lot simpler. It's easier. Wow, go figure, right? It's it's right in your face. If you pay in a free-to-play game, you're going to be having an easier time. Well, who thought of that? But it turns out that with all the different things that Wargaming have implemented, winning a game, giving you the opportunity to use like the ×3 multiplier additional to the ×2, which makes every single game that you just played and you win a ×5 XP kind of win, and then a ×3 XP if you play the tank over and over again and win. You can actually rack up experience very, very quickly. At the same time, if you're playing premium tanks, you're getting a lot more credits, right? And then you have the reserve stock where you actually get more credits. You can use personal reserves right here, which give you more experience, which give you more credits. And these are all things that are very luxurious. You can see I have 2,000 personal reserves almost. 2,000. If I could, I would just give them out, because I don't really use that many of them. And I've noticed that when I'm starting to play a certain tank line, for example, the Challenger line just recently, I've just played a couple of games in my Challenger, and you can see that I've only played 19 games in my Challenger. I haven't done particularly well in them, to be fair, but with premium, with all the boosters, I was able to get the charioteer quite easily as well, because I had like blueprints that were able to assist me. So the thing is, grinding in World of Tanks has changed drastically over the years. I think that the grind has lessened for me, maybe just because of the money that I spent on this game, but at the same time it probably has to do with the fact that they have implemented certain things, like those boosters, you know, the personal reserves, like the ×3 experience that you get, the free experience that you can get by doing missions, you know, giving you a chance to unlock premium tanks. If you don't have the money, you can play the game, you know, every single day, and there's like tank wars going on. You can get a tier 7, a tier 6 premium tank. I know it's not a tier 8, but still at the same time, you're able to actually get those tier 7 and tier 6 tanks. They haven't done like a free tier 8 premium grind in a while now, where they give you like 10 days to absolutely shut yourself off from anything around you and just, you know, be a no-lifer and just sit in here and grind your tank by just doing battles and getting basic experience. So yeah, the grind has changed in some ways, and it has gotten easier for the ones who've paid money. And I think it has gotten easier a little bit for the people that have not actually paid money at all. I think at this time it's still very difficult to get into the game because of the very different kind of outset that or the experience that people have at lower tiers, because it's like an abusive marriage, right? So let's say domestic violence. I do not find domestic violence funny, but just as an example, you hit your spouse, and doesn't matter if you're like the husband or the wife, or the wife hits the husband or whatever, and then that person takes out the anger on their kids. That's I don't know, maybe a bad analogy, but basically people playing like in the high tiers get shit-faced, and then they go to the low tiers and they do the same to the new players, and that obviously should not happen. And especially it's even worse when the one guy who's like super good goes back into tier 3 and just punishes everyone who is just new to the game, and that's something I do not like to see. Yeah, that analogy was probably not that good. I'm not sure if I'm going to be cutting it out or not, but you know what, I'm going to keep it in. You know, just bad joke on my part. So yeah, what do I think of the grind in 2020? I think that the grind in World of Tanks certainly is more accessible than previously. They still can do better, especially with stock tanks. If they give you like, if they would like add something, you already have the blueprint system, right? Why don't they add something that gives you ability to actually unlock certain modules on your tank? You know, like the ability to demount something, and you get like a free demounting kit, and they give you like a chance to get from just playing the game. You get like a free pass something, I don't know, to unlock the next gun or the next turret or the next engine, because I think that's where the people are actually struggling. If you give them the chance, the opportunity to actually unlock the full vehicle and its full potential, I think that would make it a lot more accessible and easier for the new players as well. Maybe like adjust matchmaking so that the new players don't absolutely get annihilated. Yeah, I think that's basically what I can say. War Thunder's grind is crazy. I think World of Tanks grind is not that much better. It's probably the same, just different perspectives, right? But I still am playing both of the games, still enjoying both of the games as well. So yeah, they're quite effective, and they probably have gotten a lot of money out of me. If you have seen the 151, or what was it, 159 premium tanks that I have in my garage, now I no longer want to, you know, just embarrass myself right here. I'm gonna cut it off. So I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you disliked it, dislike it, whatever. I'll see you guys on the next one.